Welcome to day 2 of this series. My name is Pastor Carl Welliver, and I'm the founding pastor and general overseer of the Church of Faith Worldwide Ministries. And today's study is based on Romans 8:28. And we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are the called according to his purpose. So, as we study this verse today, we're specifically reminded that all things work together for the good of those who love God. We see Paul assuring the believers that God works all things together for the good of those who love him and are called according to his purpose. It helps us to examine the surrounding letter to the Romans. So let's look at the historical setting. The Apostle Paul wrote to the Christian community in Rome, a mixed group of Jewish and Gentile believers living under the shadow of the Roman Empire. They faced social tension, religious hostility, and daily trials. So the surrounding argument in Romans chapter 8, Paul discusses life in the Spirit and acknowledges that present earthly suffering is real. Just before verse 28, Paul notes that creation groans under frustration. Believers groan as they await ultimate redemption, and even the Holy Spirit intercedes for believers in their weakness with groans beyond words. The shift to confidence. Verse 28 serves as a pivotal assurance. Despite present groaning, suffering, and uncertainty, believers can possess an enduring confidence in God's ultimate plan. Let's take a look at the detailed breakaway and breakdown of the key themes. First, and we know that all things work together. Certainty amid uncertainty. Paul uses the phrase "we know" to emphasize a settled spiritual conviction rather than a speculative wish. Comprehensive scope. All things encompasses both favorable events and deep hardships, suffering, or setbacks. No circumstance falls outside the reach of God's active providence. In synergy and purpose, the elements of life do not operate at random. God harmonizes disparate experiences, both pleasant and painful, to accomplish a unified, constructive outcome. Second, for good. Defining good. In modern usage, good often implies temporal comfort, health, or financial success. But in Paul's theological framework, good refers to ultimate spiritual well-being, growth in holiness, and eternal redemption. Conformity to Christ. The immediate next verse, Romans 8:29, clarifies this goal: to be conformed to the image of Jesus Christ. Therefore, anything that refines character and it refines or aligns a believer closer to Christ's image is part of this good. And third, to those who love God, to those who are the called. The specific audience. This promise is directed toward those in a committed relationship with God, those who express love for him and have responded to his divine call. Divine purpose. According to his purpose, highlights that the ultimate driver of this process in God's eternal blueprint rather than human, meant, or worldly ambition. So let's look at today's key takeaways. The redemptive suffering. Hardships and trials are not wasted in God's hands. They are instruments used to refine faith and build endurance. Perspective over circumstance. While individual situations may appear chaotic or damaging in isolation, the overarching trajectory of a believer's life is directed toward ultimate spiritual good. Security in divine purpose. Believers are invited to trust that God's overarching grand design remains steadfast, regardless of immediate earthly difficulties. I want to thank you for joining us today for this study based on Romans 8:28. I hope you found it inspirational as we make our way through this study. So what can you do to help us spread the word to hungry Christians worldwide? The answer is simple. Subscribe today. Don't make me beg. It doesn't cost you anything except a moment of your time. And we'll see you in tomorrow's study based on Proverbs chapter 3, verses 5 through 6. And God bless you, one and all.